Just 1 second here. All right. Not sure where I left off. Give me 1 sec here. There we go. Grab my headphones here. All right.
The wolf jumps up from its seated position and gives chase to Oatley.
Cool. Option F, fit the screen. What I got going on here sounds like mouth noise, clicks going on at beginning and end, bit of broadband noise. This narrator is recorded on a MXL 770. I'm going to bring this over to the standalone isotope RX.
The wolf jumps up from its...
So I use the EQ here within the EQ module within the standalone to just get rid of that low energy. That's just a preset right there. And just pop that open.
The wolf jumps up from its seated position.
So right away here, we got that mouth noise.
The wolf...
And a bit of low energy content here. Not sure if it sounds like a breath, but copy and paste. That's what I just used. Command C, Command V.
The wolf jump... The wolf jump...
Command 6.
The wolf jump... The wolf jumps... The wolf jumps... The wolf jumps up... The wolf jumps up from its seated...
It's good.
The wolf jumps up...
Still got a bit of mouth noise here. Let's try using multi-click. Or, yeah, multi-click for that. See if it does anything. See if this works.
The wolf jumps... The wolf jumps...
Actually, it did alright, just with that. Fine with that. And we actually got 2 right here.
The wolf jump... The wolf... The wolf jumps up... The wolf jump... The wolf jumps up from its seated position.
And more right here. That time, mouth declicked and worked pretty well. Declick did though.
Wolf jumps up from... Wolf jumps up... The wolf jumps up from... The wolf jumps up... The wolf jumps up from... The wolf jumps up... The wolf jumps up from its... The wolf jumps up... The wolf jumps... The wolf jumps up from its seated position. The wolf jumps up from its seated position and gives chase to Oatley. Position and gives... position and gives chase to Oatly. Seated position and gives chase to Oatly.
So one thing I've been noticing here doing this edit, I brought this up on a previous stream here, is same audiobook I've been working on, and what I'm finding out from this edit is the editor shouldn't have been an editor, but the director ended up assembling this. They told me that they didn't do any edits, but what we're finding here is they've created some sort of ambience and added it to this and consolidated this region, this clip together. What's happening here and what we're seeing is the crossfade, the bad edit, and it leaving a bit of a clip in here, and then the rest of this is additional noise from the ambience that they created. So what I normally do for these is I trim this section off. I don't even worry about trying to process this or correcting it, but because there's a bad edit here, bad crossfade point, I don't want to at least keep this click that the crossfade created. So Command 2 is the shortcut key to declick module, which actually uses your last presets of that module. So here's declick, and this is my settings I had. And I just use Command 2 to quickly process that. You can right click here and access the learn functions and render functions, and here's all the shortcut keys for learn and render, and of course declick's right in here, so Command 2, just start looking for these shortcut keys and you can learn them very quickly.
Gives chase to Oatly. And gives chase to Oatly. The wolf jumps up from its seated position and gives chase to Oatly.
So like I said, there's that noise right here. I'm not going to worry about correcting that. What we're going to do is just trim this back to here and then fade that out. And that's what we're going to do. The rest of this is actually pretty good. And here's that point. Bring that back. One thing I wanted to do though is I don't normally broadband process within the iZotope standalone. I prefer to do that in Audio Suite. Just because when I do broadband noise in Audio Suite, I have better A/B comparison between the previous clip or the next clip on how much noise is generated between the two clips. Looks like I actually closed iZotope RX here, or not RX, but Dialog Isolate, the Audio Suite plugin. I am using two monitors and do have a bunch of Audio Suite applications open at the moment. So by default, when you actually open up this module, this is all the way to 0, which you don't want. Sorry, what was that at? Infinite. So essentially, this will suck out everything in the track, and you just don't want that. You still want to have some life in your audio. And we're just trying to lessen the amount of broadband noise in the region. So for this, and I've been doing this for a while on this project now, setting my settings to -9, I know it just works.
The wolf jumps up from its seated position and gives chase to Oatly.
And here, that is fairly clean now. got rid of all that mouth noise and all the D-clicks, and also got rid of a bit of that broadband noise that I've been dealing with.
Chase to Oatly.
You can't leave. You owe me some winnings.
So here in the next clip that I'm about to process here, what we got going on is the dialogue is very reverberant. I'm assuming that they recorded in a apartment complex, and these characters in this audiobook are supposed to be in a desert. I got my own IR impulse responses. The client asked me to do the full mix, Foley, and sound design behind this entire project. So what I got to do here is get these clips, these regions, the dialogue, to be as dry as possible. And there's no other takes or anything like that for me to work with. This is just everything here present. A downside to this is they also recorded this at 24-bit 44.1 kilohertz, so I can't use the audio suite applications to process and render everything, because having lower quality audio, I shouldn't even say lower quality audio, it's just a lower sample rate, and a lower sample rate essentially our problem here, not bit depth, but having that lower sample rate is not giving us enough information for the audio suite applications to work with. So I'm getting a lot of artifacts trying to use the audio suite application, so I'm stuck using the iZotope standalone application. So I don't know why I went there. There we go.
You can't leave. You owe me.
So I got this little noise right here, not much.
You can't.
Those aren't actually really doing too much.
You can't.
But I see that we have this here. And I don't like that.
You can't leave. You can't leave. You can't leave.
Then a bit here.
Can't leave. Can't leave.
Oh, there's a few things.
Leave. Can't leave. Can't leave.
Got this in here. Oops.
Leave. 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 You owe me some winning. You owe me some. You owe me some winning. Owe me some win. Owe me some winnings. Owe me some winnings. Me some winning. Me some winning. Me some winnings. Me some winnings. Me some winning. I'm winning. I'm winnings. Winning. Winnings. Some winnings. Some winnings.
There.
Winnings.
I don't know if this will work.
Winnings. 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 Winnings.
Oh, hot damn, look at that.
You owe me some winnings. You owe me some winning.
Wow. That was actually pretty impressive. I was able to get that out of there. I didn't think that was actually going to sound right. See if we can do the same here. So far, no go. Let's try.
Some winning.
Getting a little better.
Some win. You owe me some winning.
Somewhat better.
Owe me some winning. Owe me some win. Owe me some win. Owe me some winning. Owe me some.
Let's try running D-clip.
Owe me some
Command 2.
winning. Owe me some winning. Owe me some winning.
No, that did nothing. Command Z to undo. Command C, Command V.
Owe me some winning. Owe me some win. Owe me some. Some win. You can't leave. You owe me some winnings.
I really want to get rid of that. That's a test. I damaged the
You
audio
owe me
there.
some winnings. You owe me some winning.
Here's what I'm going to do. I know it's right there.
You owe me some winning. You owe me some winnings.
Yeah. So sometimes a good tip here is to cut out the entire range of frequencies to kind of isolate and figure out exactly where this issue is. A lot of the times I'm trying to do this by ear, but it just helps sometimes to narrow down that search for the thing that I'm trying to remove. But anyways, the problem I got here is I'm having trouble trying to remove that very sharp S in her voice and tone. So I'm trying to essentially change the tonality of her voice here and get rid of some of that raspiness.
Owe me some winning. Owe me some winning. Owe me some win.
And as you can see, it's kind of hard.
Some win. Some winning.
There we go.
You owe me some winning. You owe me some winning.
Yeah, just so. That's where a lot of it is right there.
Owe me some winning. Owe me some winning.
Look at that. That's pretty much all of it right there. Gotta be careful on damaging the audio there.
Owe me some winning. Owe me some winnings. Owe me some winning. Owe me some winning. Owe me some winnings.
That's better.
You can't leave. You owe me some winnings.
So I got rid of a lot of the clicks and mouth clicks and all that fun stuff. So now it's time to look at doing the D-reverb to bring the voice out more. Don't want that apartment sound going on, so use dialogue D-reverb.
You can't leave. You owe me some winnings.
A little better processing that, but it's still not great. So what I like to do is mix dialogue, de-reverb, and then use spectral repair, attenuate to
You can't leave. You owe
get rid of some of these tails here.
leave. You
See, this is a tail, that's a tail, that's a tail, that's a tail for the acoustics of the room to reverb.
can't leave. You owe me. You can't leave.
And so we got that issue over here too. Oops, wrong command. Command 6.
Leave.
Yeah, it's kind of like. Oh, there's actually some up here.
You can't leave. You can't leave. You owe me.
See how much better that is.
You owe me some winning. You owe me some win. You owe me some. You owe me some win. You owe me some winning.
Gotta be very, very, very careful here. This is part of the actual natural voice, a harmonic. I did damage the audio.
You owe me some. You owe me some winning. You owe me some winning. You owe me some winning. You owe me some win. You owe me some. You owe me some winning.
I think it's alright. I can get away with that cheat.
You owe me some winnings. You owe me some winnings. You owe me some winnings. Some winnings. Winnings. Winnings.
I think the rest of that's fairly good. So here's the full thing.
You can't leave. You owe me some winnings. Me some winnings. Me some winnings. You can't leave. You owe me some winnings.
Might be crazy. I was hearing a click in there.
Winnings. Winnings. Winning. Me some winnings. Me some winnings. Me some winnings.
Right there. This frequency is bothering my ears.
You owe me some winnings.
There we go.
You can't leave. You owe me some winnings.
Still kind of bad right there. But I'll show you what it was.
You can't leave. You owe me some winnings.
That's where it was, and this is what I did to it.
You can't leave. You owe me some winnings.
So it's a little wonky right here.
You owe me some winnings. You owe me some. You owe me some.
I wonder if I can go a little lighter here. Problem is that harmonic. And that's not the best selection there.
You owe me some win. You owe me some winning. You owe me some winnings.
No, that's too much play. I think we're good. I'll leave it at that.
You can't leave. You owe me some winnings.
So that's that one.
You cheated. I owe you nothing.
So option F here, and then E. So what we got going on in this one is more of the mouth noise, mouth clicks. And then again, it sounds like they were in an apartment when they recorded this, so I need this to sound more dry. So that's what we're going to take a look at here. So right away, you can see that click there. Got the last tool still enabled. Get back, box select, command 2, remove that click.
You cheat.
That didn't go away just from that. Let's just try using mouth declick. Mouth declick did fade it a little bit, which is good, but you see the strength sensitivity value and how far that's cranked. So that's not doing me justice. So command C, command V, and then getting rid of that. I could do it one more time, command V.
You cheat.
And now it's gone.
You cheat.
So more things that are happening here, command 2.
You cheated. You cheated. You cheated. You cheated.
There's a little extra bump here. Get rid of that.
You cheated.
Better.
Cheated. I owe you.
Mouth noise.
I owe. I.
Didn't go away very smoothly. Let's do this.
I owe. I owe you.
Still one right here.
I owe. I owe.
Still another one.
I.
Better.
I owe you nothing.
More mouth clicks. Command 2.
You nothing. You nothing.
Still some right here.
You nothing. You nothing.
Still in there. Undo. Command Z. Command C, Command V.
Nothing. Nothing.
So that was one, but it sounds like there's, I think it's this. No.
Nothing. Nothing.
Maybe it is this.
Nothing. Nothing.
It's definitely not that.
Nothing.
Let's back up a little bit.
Nothing. Nothing.
So here's mouth D-click.
Nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
I'm pretty sure what I'm hearing is this. I was already looking at this, but I'm gonna target it a little better. Get rid of mouth D-click, bring out spectral repair. This time I'm going to play with the sensitivity.
Nothing. 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 Nothing.
Let's just do that.
Do nothing. Do nothing. Do nothing. Do nothing. Do nothing.
That's what it was.
Nothing.
I was correct. In fact, I used Command X there. That's how I got rid of that completely. And it worked.
Nothing. 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 You cheated. I owe you nothing. I owe. I owe. I owe.
So I'm still getting noise right here. But actually, Command C that, copy paste that.
I owe.
Now it's gone.
I owe you nothing. I owe you nothing. I owe you nothing.
There's some right here.
Nothing.
Gone.
You nothing.
There's this too.
Nothing.
Gone.
You cheated. I owe you nothing.
So now let's look at dialogue D reverb.
You cheated. I owe you nothing. You cheated. I owe you nothing.
So again, I like the mixed dialogue D reverb plus spectral repair attenuate. And then you can hear that's the room.
I cheated. I owe you
Sounds better already.
nothing. Do nothing. Do nothing.
Then again, same problem here. Might want to go a little wider for this one.
Do nothing. Do nothing. You cheated. I owe you nothing.
So that's how I got to that. I think that's good.
You cheated. I owe you cheated. I owe
That's annoying. Another problem right here that I missed. I knew I was hearing something else too.
I owe you nothing.
So from this, that's how it was,
You cheated. I owe you nothing.
to this.
You cheated. I owe you nothing.
Send that back to Pro Tools, rendering.
You cheated. I owe you nothing.
You owe me some winnings.
You cheated. I owe you nothing.
You know, this is the problem sometimes that I get dealt with. Pretty much this entire audiobook is kind of recorded this way, where it's sounding like it's in the apartment, and I just got to make do with what I got. Yeah, the problem here is I already said this earlier in the stream, but they recorded everything at 24-bit, 44.1. Audio Suite plugins do not do me any justice. I can actually show you that real quick of what's going on. So here is, well, let's not use Deplosive for that example. Let's just listen to this recording real quick, and then I will explain this a little farther.
I didn't cheat. We agreed to race to the shrub, and we raced to the shrub. You ran using your legs. I ran using something else. I'll give you this, though. From what I can tell, you have certainly been very blessed by the gods with incredible speed. Not fast enough to beat me, for a man.
So, quite a few things in here. Dialogue's very reverberant. Again, it sounds like it's in an apartment. And then we got mouth noise, clicks, a random drop or a hand clap or lap slap. I'm not sure exactly what that was. And then there's some bad noise in there, but it's not significant to the point where I don't think I'll need to deal with it. But I'll give a farther look into that. But going back into what I was saying about this being recorded at 24-bit, 44.1, the Audio Suite plugins here, just using Audio Suite alone and isotope plugins, modules, and trying to process it, I'm introducing artifacts because there's just not enough information here. So here, listen to this.
I didn't cheat. We agreed to race to the shrub, and we raced to the shrub. You ran using your legs. I ran using something else. I'll give you this, though. From what I can tell, you have certainly been very blessed by the gods with incredible speed. Not fast enough to beat me, for a man.
Surprisingly, that makes me look like a fool a little bit, but sometimes it does work and sometimes it doesn't. This time it was more successful at cleaning up some things than my previous attempts. So what I'm getting at here is sometimes if you're getting items that are recorded, audio files recorded at 44.1, 24-bit, there's not enough information. Everything that enters into the digital state that gets loaded into Pro Tools or just on your field recorder onto a digital hard drive, that's all digital. There's that writes that amount of information in there. If there's not enough information for the computer to process running a plugin, you can introduce artifacts. This time, this particular audio file, this clip region, didn't introduce anything significant. But I streamed earlier today and showed the same thing on another clip, and you could see all the artifacts got introduced using mouth declick and just running that on its default settings. So that's why I'm running everything in the standalone application of RX, just due to the quality of the dialogue that I'm receiving. Luckily, this edit point does not have any issues in between there. In fact, I can throw my own crossfade in there. Command F to do that. To explain this window real quick, this crossfade window dialog box, I have fade in and fade out turned off, so that way it doesn't create any fade in and fade outs at the beginning or end of my audio clip that I'm processing this fade for, but it will render the crossfade for me in here. So anyways, option F to bring the selection to fit the screen, and then I'm going to actually run this entire thing through. So here it goes, and let's zoom here at the beginning.
I didn't.
So already at the beginning, I just heard that within just split seconds of this mouth noise.
I didn't.
Bit of low end buildup under there. So that last thing I did was Command 2, declick, and now I'm using Command 6 for attenuate.
I didn't.
Still in there. I need to adjust my spectral repair attenuate settings. Actually, I don't. I think that's actually good. Let's do something here. Command C, Command V, got rid of that. Command C, Command V, push that back. And now that's clean. And we're good to go.
I didn't cheat. I didn't cheat.
So some more things here. Command 2, that didn't do anything. Command C, Command V.
Didn't cheat.
Click is right here. It's kind of hard to see, but I'm used to seeing this. But this right here is our click. That did not do me any good. So
Cheat. I didn't cheat.
Cheat.
We agreed. We agreed to.
I'm not a fan of what's going on there.
We agreed to race to the shrub, and we raced to the shrub.
There's that pat.
To the
This one's going to be a little tricky because it's very transient. Grabbed a lot of that reverb from the room. So two things. So here's the reverb that I got to tackle. That's very aggressive. I might be able to get away with that. You know what? I'm going to deal with this first.
race to the
I might have to do this a little more manual. So what I'm going to do here is get a little more aggressive with it.
race to the shrub.
Just to make sure that is what I need to look at. to isolate what I got going on. Command C, Command V. So regarding this copy and paste, can't take anything from the right here because that's what I actually do want to get rid of. So for now, it has to be everything from the left.
Paste to the paste to the paste to the shrub. 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 Paste to the shrub.
Getting closer.
Paste to the shrub. 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 Paste to the shrub.
Almost done.
Paste to the shrub. 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 Paste to the shrub.
Getting close.
Paste to the shrub.
Nope.
Paste to the shrub. 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 Race 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 to the race to race to the shrub. We 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 race to the shrub.
There we go. I was able to dig that out of there.
We race to the shrub. We race to the shrub.
Feels good when you're able to do stuff like that.
We race to the we race to the shrub. We race to the shrub.
You just gotta constantly do different settings and dial it in and go very smooth when you're doing stuff
To
like
the
that.
shrub. To the shrub. To the shrub. To the shrub. You ran. Shrub. Shrub. You ran.
That's actually not a click.
You ran using your legs. You ran using your legs. Using your legs. 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 I ran legs. legs, legs, legs. I ran your legs. I your legs. Your legs. Your legs. I ran using. I ran using. I ran using. Ran using. Ran using. Ran using. Ran using. Ran. Ran using.
So now this is kind of a broken section here. Command C, Command V.
Ran using. I 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 ran using.
Ah,
Ran using. Ran using. Ran using. Ran using. I ran using. I ran using something else.
yeah, that works.
Using something else. Using something else. Something else. Something else. Something. Something else. Something else. Something else. Something else. Something else.
So I damaged that right there. I'd undo that.
Something else. Something else. Something else. Something else. Something. 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 Something else.
There we go.
Something else.
Got the same kind of noise going on here. That's what I'm trying to get rid of.
Something else. Something else. 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 Something else. Something else.
Too aggressive. I have to dial that back.
Something else. Something else. I'll give you this.
And now it sounds okay.
Something else. Something else. I'll give something else. I'll give.
So coming up, I got mouth noise again, but I also
I'll give. I'll give you.
there's a car horn right there.
I'll give you this. I'll give. I'll. Else. I'll give. Else. I'll give you this though.
Okay, mouth noise. Let's try processing this with the mouth declick.
I'll give you this. I'll give you this. I'll give you this.
Didn't work too well.
I'll give you this though.
It's all gone.
I'll give you this. I'll give you this. I'll give you this though. I'll give I'll give you I'll give you this though. I'll give you this though. I'll give you this though. This though. This though. You this though. You this though.
Oh man. Lots of clicks in here.
This though. This though. This though. Give you this though. Give you this though.
Okay. See if I can nail it out like that.
Give you this though. Give you this though.
That actually did work.
From what I From what I can tell. From what I can tell, you have certainly been from what I can tell, you have certainly been very blessed by the gods with gods with incredible speed. Not fast speed.
She got very throaty right here.
Not fast enough to beat. Not fast enough to beat me. Not fast enough to beat me. Not fast enough to beat me. For beat me for a man. Beat me for a beat me for a man. For a man. For a for a for a man. For a man. For a man. For a for a man.
I knew that wasn't the problem.
For a man. For a man. For a man. For a man. 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 man, a man, a man, a man, a man, or a man, for a man. I didn't cheat. We agreed to race to the shrub, and we raced to the shrub. You ran using your legs. I ran using something else. I'll give you this, though. From what I can tell, you have certainly been very blessed by the gods with incredible speed. Not fast enough to beat me, for a man. I didn't cheat. We agreed to race to the shrub, and we raced to the shrub. You ran to the shrub, and we raced to the shrub. We raced to the
Hearing a few more clicks in here.
and we raced to the shrub, and we raced to the shrub, and we raced to and we raced to and we raced and we raced to and we raced to the shrub, and we raced to the shrub, to the shrub, and we raced to the we raced to we raced to and we raced to the and we raced to the shrub. You ran using your legs. You ran using your legs. I ran using something else. I'll give you this, though. From what you ran using your legs. I ran using something else. I'll give you this, though. From
So, next problem here is I got some clothing in here. Haven't used this one too much, but D. Russell.
from
Didn't work in the way I wanted it to.
from what from 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 from
I mean, worked.
from what I can tell, you have from what I can from what I from what I though. From what I can though. From what I can tell, you
It's better.
from what I can tell, you have certainly been very blessed by the gods with incredible speed. Not fast enough to beat
All right, dialogue reverb, reverb time.
I didn't cheat. We agreed to race to the shrub, and we raced to the shrub. You ran using your legs. I ran using something else. I'll give you this, though. From what I can tell, you have certainly been very blessed by the gods with incredible speed. Not fast enough to beat me, for a man.
Have to get a little more aggressive here.
I didn't cheat. We agreed to race to the shrub, and we raced to the shrub. You ran using your legs. I ran using something else. I'll give you this, though. From what I can tell, you have certainly been very blessed by the gods with incredible speed. Not fast enough to beat me, for a man.
So now I got to go in here with spectral repair attenuate. Just tried using dialogue D reverb. It did some of what I wanted it to, but to get a little more accurate and help bring the presence back into this and get rid of a lot of that reverberation from the room they recorded, I used spectral repair on the sections that need it.
I didn't cheat. We agreed to race to the shrub, and we raced to the...
So far, it's not looking easy, but that's all right. Those are reverb tails that I just cut.
We agreed to race... We agreed to... We agreed to... We agreed to race... Agreed to race... Agreed to race to the shrub. Race to the shrub. Race to the shrub. Race to the... Race to the shrub. Race to the shrub, and we raced to the shrub, and we raced...
Oh, shoot.
And we raced... And we raced to the shrub. Race to the shrub. The shrub. The shrub. You ran using your... The shrub. Shrub. You ran using your legs. I ran...
So again, what I'm doing here is correcting the reverberation in the voice, trying to bring presence back in and remove and make the signal sound more dry.
You ran using your legs. You ran using your legs. I ran using something else. I'll give you this, though. Something else. I'll give you this, though.
And these are all the tails to the reverb.
I'll give you this, though. I'll give you this, though. I'll give you this, though. From what I can tell, you have certainly been very blessed by the gods. Been very blessed by the gods. Blessed by... Blessed by the... Blessed by the gods. Blessed by the... Blessed by the god, blessed by the god, blessed by the gods with incredible speed. Gods with incredible speed. Incredible speed. Incredible speed. Incredible speed. Not fast enough to beat me. Not fast enough to beat me, for a man. Incredible speed. Not fast enough to beat me, for a man.
Cool, I think that's better. Let's listen to the full thing.
I didn't cheat. We agreed to race to the shrub, and we raced to the shrub. You ran using your legs. I ran using something else. I'll give you this, though. From what I can tell, you have certainly been very blessed by the gods with incredible speed. Not fast enough to beat me, for a man. Not fast...
I gotta do some more corrections right here.
Not fast enough to, not fast enough to beat me. Not fast enough to beat me. Fast enough to beat me. Not fast enough to beat me. Not fast enough. Not fast enough to beat me. Fast enough to beat me. Fast enough to beat me. Not fast enough to beat me. Fast enough to beat me. For a man. I didn't cheat. We agreed to race to the shrub, and we raced to the shrub. You ran using your legs. I ran using something else. I'll give you this, though. From what I can tell, you have certainly been... I'll give you this, though.
This still sounds pretty roomy.
I'll give you this, though. I'll give you this, though. I'll give you this, though. From what I can tell... I'll give you this, though. From what I can tell, you have certainly been very blessed by the gods with incredible speed. Not fast enough to beat me. For a man.
Then let's take a listen, A/B it. This is the original.
I didn't cheat. We agreed to race to the shrub, and we raced to the shrub. You ran using your legs. I ran using something else. I'll give you this, though. From what I can tell, you have certainly been very blessed by the gods with incredible speed. Not fast enough to beat me. For a man.
And then here is the new process cleaned up version.
I didn't cheat. We agreed to race to the shrub, and we raced to the shrub. You ran using your legs. I ran using something else. I'll give you this, though. From what I can tell, you have certainly been very blessed by the gods with incredible speed. Not fast enough to beat me. For a man.
There's some problem areas. It sounds like it got I did a little too much damage there, and then a little wonkiness right here. But overall, I think it's good. Nothing a mix can cover up to. So, and there's music going to be under this as well.
I didn't cheat. We agreed.
Then last but not least, need to use a little bit of dialogue isolate.
I didn't cheat. We agreed to race to the shrub, and we raced to the shrub. You ran using your legs. I ran using something else. I'll give you this, though. From what I can tell, you have certainly been very blessed by the gods with incredible speed. Not fast enough to beat me. For a man.
Cool.
I didn't cheat. To beat me. For a man.
Let's race.
I'm happy with that.
Let's race again. Let's race again, Wolf. Best 2 of 3 like we do in my village when we gamble. This time running with our legs only. You know what? Why am I even talking to a wolf? Wolves don't speak except for in children's stories about the olden days.
So for this clip, kind of got the same thing as I've been dealing with throughout this audiobook. Is I got mouth clicks, various other clicks, very reverberant dialogue, and a bit of broadband noise in the background. So we got to look into removing quite a bit of that.
Let's race.
So right away, beginning, you'll see that I have all these mouth clicks.
Let's race.
Command 2 did not process all those, which is declick. Try mouth declick. Still left that in. Still left them in. Still left them in. I don't like toggling and playing with and adjusting these modules a ton. Nothing wrong with it. It's just I'm used to using the copy and paste approach just because I know it works and it's quick. Depends how quick. Depends what you're trying to remove. And if you're good at recognizing various things, I'm not sure what this various long stream is. Probably could isolate that and listen into it a little more closely. So I'm just using copy and paste with neighboring frequencies. Command C, Command V. Command C, Command V. Command C, Command V, and one last one. Oh.
Let's race. Let's race. Let's.
That is adding some sort of noise. Get a little better scope on it. Oops.
Let's race. Let's race again, Wolf. Best two
There
of.
we go.
Let's race again, Wolf. Best 2 of 3, like we do in my. Again, Wolf. Best.
Bunch of noise.
Best. Best.
Oh man, what time are we looking at? 2:13 a.m. Probably the reason why I'm feeling tired finally. You're watching me do this fairly quick. And again, all I am is using Command C, Command V, now Command 2, doing a
Best
little
two,
extra D-click there.
best, best two of best, best, best two, best two,
I think I got it.
best two of, best, best two of, best two of three, like, best two of, best two of three, like we do in my village when we gamble. In my village when we two of three, like we do in best two of three, like. Two of three,
Didn't work. Command 5 is deplosive. Command 6,
two of three, like we do in my village.
that worked.
Two of three, like we do in my village when we gamble.
Bunch of browns right here. Try doing the simple way first.
Village when we gamble. Village when we gamble. This time when we gamble.
That worked.
Gamble.
That did not work. I'm gonna try, that was D-click. I'm gonna try mouth D-click. Oops, that's dialogue D reverb, mouth D-click. Didn't work. Okay. Yeah, up there real quick, I did damage a little bit of that tail.
Gamble. Gamble. This
That looks like it survived. Sounds still fine.
this time
Another bit of noise here. No, I think I got it.
this time running with this time running with this time running with our legs only. Time running with our legs only. With our legs with our
Command 2.
with our legs only. Legs only. Legs only. Legs only. Legs only.
I don't know if this is going to be doable, but we'll find out.
Legs only. 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 Legs only.
Shoot.
Legs only. Legs only. Legs only. Legs only. Legs only.
What I was doing there was Command X. I use Command X to kind of help me isolate better of what I'm trying to locate and what I'm trying to remove. Sometimes you can get lucky here, so what I'm actually trying to do, I'm going to let you listen real quick.
Legs only.
That very throaty sound that he has here. I'm trying to see if I can get at it. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Again, anytime you remove something, it takes away from the frequency range.
Legs only. Legs only.
So it's isolated right here where that sound is.
Legs only. Legs only. legs only, legs only, legs only, legs only,
See how close I'm getting now?
legs only, legs only, legs only, legs only, legs only, legs only, legs only.
That's good. That was part of it. Oops. Wrong module.
Legs only, legs only, legs only, legs only, legs only, legs only, legs only,
It might not work.
legs only, legs only, legs only,
Yeah.
legs only,
Could get rid of that.
legs only, legs only, legs only,
I'll keep it in. It's just the recording they chose. I can't remove that. This is what I was talking about. Sometimes you can get at something. Sometimes you can. Unfortunately, this time is one of those times where it's actually
only,
taking too much away from the spot, the frequency range for this dialogue, this word.
only, you know, only, 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 only. You know what? Only. You know, you know what? Why? You know what? You know what? Why? You know what? 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 You know what? You know what? What?
And there's one of those times where I was able to successfully remove that throaty tone.
You know what? You know what? Why?
Like I said, sometimes you can get away with doing that. Sometimes you just cannot at all.
Why? Why?
Command C, Command V.
Why am I even?
So there's some extra noise happening on this section.
Why?
That wind sound. That
Why am I?
bring in spectral repair, adjust settings.
What? Why? What? Why am I?
Too aggressive in the situation on how I'm using it.
What? 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 Why am I? What? Why am I
There we
even
go.
talking to?
Got it.
Why am I even talking to a? Why am I even talking to a? Even talking? Even talking to a wolf? Why am I even talking to a wolf? Wolves don't speak. Wolf. 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 Wolves don't. Wolf. Wolves don't speak except for in children. Wolves don't speak except for in.
I'll bump it there. Oops. Command C, Command V.
Speak. Speak.
Command C, Command V.
Speak. Except. Speak. Except. Speak. Except. Speak except for in children. Speak except for in. Except for in. Except for. Except for in children's stories about. Except for in children's stories about the olden days. For in children's stories about. For in children's stories about. Children's stories about. Children's stories about. Children's stories about. Children's stories about.
Oops. Keep on clicking random things.
Children's stories about.
I don't even need this open.
Children's stories.
Maybe I do. Bring that back.
Children's stories. Children's stories. Children's stories. Children's stories. Children's stories about. Children's stories about. Stories about. Stories about the old. Children's stories about the. Children's stories about. Children's stories. Stories about. Children's stories. Children's stories. Children's stories about the olden days. Speak except for in children's stories about the olden days.
There we go. Quite a bit better there. Trying to clean up that tonality with his voice.
Except for in children's stories about the old. Except for in children's stories about the olden days. Children's stories about the olden days. Olden days. Let's race again, Wolf. Best 2 of 3 like we do in my village when we gamble. This time running with our legs only.
Jesus.
Best 2 of 3 like we do in my village when we gamble. This time.
Can't believe I missed that.
This time. Gamble. This time running with our legs only. You know what? Why am I even talking to a wolf? Wolves don't speak except for in children's stories about the olden days.
There you go. Now, I think that's fine. I probably could clean that up more. It's just I'm spending too much time trying to do this. So what I'm going to move on to is doing dialogue D reverb.
Let's race again, Wolf. Best two of three like we do in my village when we gamble. This time running with our legs only. You know what? Why am I even talking to a wolf? Wolves don't speak except for in children's stories about the olden days.
So that was pretty good just on that pass. Now I just need to go in here. What I like to do is use spectral pair and the attenuate, and then just kind of clean up what is left.
Again, Wolf. Best two of three like we do in my village when we gamble. This time running with our legs only. You know what? Why?
Like here. That's a good example. So here's the tilde reverb that's still left behind even after doing the dialogue D reverb. I like to come in here with the repair, and that's part of the tone. Command 6. Actually, probably need to boost that.
You know what? You know what? Why am I even talking to a wolf? Wolves don't speak except for in stories about the olden days. Why am I even talking to a wolf? Wolves don't. Why am I even talking to a wolf? Wolves don't speak except for in children's stories about the olden days. Gamble. This time running with our legs only. You know what? This time running with our legs only. Legs only. Legs only. 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 You know what? Why am I even talking to a wolf? Wolves don't speak except for in children's stories. Speak except for, speak except for, speak except for in children. Except for in children. Except for in children's stories about the olden days. About the olden days. About the olden days. About the olden days. Let's race again, Wolf. Best two of three like we do in my village when we gamble. This time running with our legs only. You know what? Why am I even talking to a wolf? Wolves don't speak except for in children's stories about the olden days.
And again, so this is where we got to, and this is where it was.
Let's race again, Wolf. Best two of three like we do in my village when we gamble. This time running with our legs only. You know what? Why am I even talking to a wolf? Wolves don't speak except for in children's stories about the olden days.
And this is where we got to.
Let's race again, Wolf. Best two of three like we do in my village when we gamble. This time running with our legs only. You know what? Why am I even talking to a wolf? Wolves don't speak except for in children's stories about the olden days.
Yeah, not too bad.
Incredible speed. Not fast enough to beat me. For a man.
Let's race again, Wolf. Best two of three like we do in about the olden days.
Who's a talking wolf? I don't see a talking wolf.
All right, let's try getting in here.
Who's a talking wolf? Who's a talking wolf? Who's a talking wolf? Who's a talking wolf?
Yeah, there's quite a few clicks in here. I'll try processing it as a whole just to show you.
Who's a talking wolf? Who's a talking wolf? Who's a talking wolf? I don't.
Probably could change the widening on it, maybe get a little better than what I just did there. Oops. Command X, Command C, Command V.
Who's a talking wolf? Talking.
Command C, Command V, copy and paste.
The talking wolf? The talking wolf?
So we got a bit of a bump here. Command C, Command V. Use D-click, Command 2.
Talking wolf? The talking wolf?
Got
The
it.
talking wolf? I don't see a talking wolf.
Let's try using Melt D-click here. Oh, still there. Set that to default. Default. Still there. Command 2 didn't do it either. So this is what I mean. Sometimes I don't like playing with these modules too much. I know copy and paste works really well as long as you know how to use it. I can instantly pretty much pull all the frequencies I need out.
I don't.
I'm not sure if I have a working live chat in the YouTube channel.
I don't. I don't. I don't see a talking wolf. 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 I don't see a talking wolf.
There we go. So that's pretty good. So that now the problem is now this is very reverberant. I assume they record in an apartment complex. I've mentioned this a few times now. And then they record at 24-bit, 44.1 kilohertz. Anyways, I need to use Dialog D reverb and use my current settings I've been using.
Who's a talking wolf? I don't see a talking wolf.
It's a little aggressive. I do not like how that sounds, so let's back that up. We're currently at minus 18. I'm going to back that up to minus 12. Try again.
Who's a talking wolf? I don't see a talking wolf. Who's a talking wolf? I don't see a talking wolf.
It's better. Just this bit of noise right here. Oop. Guess I wasn't at the start all the way. That's Command 6.
Who's a talking wolf?
Spectral pair, attenuate.
I don't see a talking wolf. I don't see a talking wolf.
Now I'm going to use something a little different here. Going to use spectral denoise. Use learn function, learn that sample. That's kind of going throughout it. I'm going to just clean this up a little more.
Who's a talking wolf? I don't see a talking wolf. Who's a talking wolf? I don't see a talking wolf. Who's a talking wolf? I don't see a talking wolf. Who's a talking wolf? Who's a talking wolf? I don't see a talking wolf. Who's a talking wolf? Who's a talking wolf? I don't see a talking wolf. Who's a talking wolf? I don't see a talking wolf.
Just pulled that back. The shortcut that I did there for doing the process is Command 6 is what I did there. You can actually right-click in the view, spectral view, and you can see the learn shortcut keys. Everything's right here. It's the same with the render. You can actually just press these and it'll grab them like that. Of course, that just damaged everything pretty bad. But yes, you can use Command 2 is declick, Command 5 is deplosive, Command 6 is spectral repair, attenuate. Those are the 3 main ones I typically use. And then there's ambient match. I don't use it as frequent and only when the time comes, but it's Command Option Shift 3 to learn the selection, and then Command Option 2 to render that ambience match.
Who's a talking wolf? I don't see a talking wolf. Who's a talking wolf? Who's a talking wolf? I don't see a talking wolf.
So this is where this was.
Who's a talking wolf? I don't see a talking wolf.
This is where we got to. Oops. Not there. Here.
Who's a talking wolf? I don't see a talking wolf. Who's a talking wolf? I don't see a talking wolf.
Kind of want to see if I can go a little. Yeah. I think I can go a little farther.
Who's a talking wolf? I don't.
There we go. That's better. So the same thing here. That's Command 6 that I just did there. Attenuate.
Talking wolf. Talking wolf. Who's a talking wolf? I don't see a talking wolf.
There we go. That helps it sound a little more direct and get rid of more of the reverberation from the room that they recorded in. It's a bad spot for them to record in. They decided, I'm pretty sure, record in an apartment. So without any sort of foam or anything, a crate, any sort of thing that'll just help treat the room. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to render it.
Who's a talking wolf? I don't see a talking wolf.
I'm going to, this might be a little too much, but I'm going to use dialogue isolate. Get rid of some more things here. If it doesn't work, I'll just back it off. In Pro Tools, there's this target window button. You can actually turn this off, and then your Audio Suite plugins will stay open. I actually have 2 monitors running right now, and I got a few things opened up at the moment. Just to show you, anything with a check mark here is what I currently have open on my right screen.
Stories about the olden days.
Who's a talking wolf? I don't see a talking wolf.
Totally.
That's better. Not too bad.
Except for in children's stories about the olden days.
Who's a talking wolf? I don't see a talking wolf.
Oatly eyes the wound on his shoulder.
I was nicked by...
Oatly eyes the wound on his shoulder.
So this one, it sounds like the ads on their recorder. It sounds like when they record this, maybe I might be mistaken, but they have a field recorder. They had a production sound mixer come in, and they used the field recorder to record the majority of the dialogue. So I brought this back in. Yeah, and appreciate you for joining in on the stream, by the way. I deal with quite a bit of noisy things, noisy laughs, noisy booms. Fortunately, what this case is multiple bad instances of issues, and it's a continuation of the same issues throughout this entire project. So I gotta take my time throughout it to correct quite a bit of this dialogue. For this one, you can actually kind of see what's going on, and I can explain this here. Is director ended up telling me that they didn't do any editing of any sort from their project besides arrangement of the dialogue, but then I find out, open this up, it looks like someone actually did edit this, and looks like they generated their own room tone or ambience, either from the field recorder and recording on location, or whatever. But what they did here is they add that ambience right here, which doesn't belong actually with this track. Quite a few times. This is actually a rare thing where the crossfade actually worked. So this is what it looks like when a good crossfade works with a neighboring clip. Normally you'd see a hard line showing that there's a click when the crossfade doesn't work. But essentially what I'll do, because I don't care about this, is I'll trim this up to this point and then call it good, and we'd only work with the contents between this selection here. So all this is what we're focused on. Anything outside this, here and here, is what we're going to cut away. Yeah, there's quite a bit of reverberation from the location where they record in. They record in an apartment complex, which has been pretty bad throughout this entire thing, especially with this woman.
Oatly eyes the wound.
Oh, sorry, I guess that was the last audio clip. This is the narrator, which they record on the MXL 770. So they're a little more present on the microphone here, so they got a lot of low end buildup. So what I like to do is take the EQ here, just using the preset low, remove all low frequency, hit render, get rid of that very quickly. It helps me clean up the low end a little bit, easier to see what's going on down below.
Oatly eyes the wound.
And then right away here we get click right in this, right here. Command 2 just processes that.
Oatly eyes.
And it's gone right away.
Oatly eyes the wound on his shoulder.
There's another click right here.
The wound on his shoulder. On his shoulder.
But yeah, the director ended up recording all these audio tracks at 24-bit, 44.1 kilohertz. I cannot use Audio Suite plugins really, unless I'm wanting to introduce artifacts, which obviously I do not at all. The problem is there's not enough information there for me to process with Audio Suite. Pro Tools has a little bit of a different algorithm with their Audio Suite.
On his shoulder.
Although I am using Audio Suite to move from the standalone application into Pro Tools. what I was getting from moving into Pro Tools, there's a different algorithm that gets processed between the two, which makes it a little more clear, and avoid artifacts coming in.
On his shoulder.
But let's hear it. Here's the full thing.
Oatly eyes the wound on his shoulder.
So that's not bad. So again, I'm going to remove that and remove that from Pro Tools here once I'm back in it. So I'm rendering it. Then Option F in Pro Tools and E to quickly zoom into your selections here. And as you can see, what we're seeing over in RX is that exact thing that I was talking about that we need to remove. Option Shift Tab lets you make that selection backwards, and then just delete key and you're good to go. Same deal here. Shift Tab.
Oatly eyes the wound on his shoulder. Oatly eyes the wound on his shoulder.
And now everything's good. One thing that I am not doing at the moment is I'm not placing fades at the end or the beginning and end of any of my audio files. So I'm going to do a batch process and do it that way, make it a little easier to apply my fade in and fade outs instead of me manually creating each one like that, or using if you're in A to Z mode, which is this yellow icon up here, you can use G and D to create fades. So G does fade out and D does fade in A to Z mode, that is.
I was nicked by that spear. Probably dipped in some kind of poison, and now I'm imagining you.
So for this clip, what we got going on is mouth denoise. He's a little throaty, got reverberation in the dialogue, and broadband noise happening.
I was nicked by that spear. I was nicked by that spear. I was nicked by that.
So that
By. I was nicked by. I was nicked by that.
interesting. That's a damage. That didn't process well.
Nicked by that. Was nicked by that. Was nicked by that.
Can clean that up a little better. There we go.
By that. By that. By that. By that. By that spear. Probably dipped by that spear. Spear.
That was it. And if you're at all wondering, it is 2:54 a.m. here, so if I'm starting to sound a little crazy, forgive me on that. And as I'm working, I might be doing weird processing task or whatever, but I'll probably correct it eventually.
By that spear. By that spear. By that spear. By that spear.
Um, there's not really a rule for batch processing. Um, I just don't ever, because every audio clip's going to be different. Every recording is going to be different. You're risking too many things by batch processing. Uh, the whole reason I'm not doing it, for exact same reasons I kind of mentioned, every clip, every character has their own tonality. Yeah, you could do it to an entire character, but then does every single audio clip need that? You don't want to remove frequencies if you don't have to remove them. Processing all your tracks is a bad thing. It's not a good thing. You want to stick to the original recording the best you can. So in this case, what I'm dealing with this audiobook and this recording, all these recordings, is there's all sorts of problems in it, so I have to process it. You want to do the best job possible when you're with the artist, with your talent, whoever, and get the recording, the mic placement, everything 100% golden, on set, on location with your talent. So avoid batch processing is what I'm going to say. Because like I said, you don't know what's going to happen between each audio clip. If everything had the exact same thing, absolutely the exact same thing, then go for it. But other than that, for this audiobook, nothing's been the same. So I have to do everything manually. Sometimes I can get away with doing a full selection, Command A, which is this, and then I can process everything. But because they record at 44.1, the standalone does fine with 44.1, but if I'm doing something in Audio Suite, it has a little trouble. I mean, even the standalone has trouble a little bit on grabbing certain things, as you can see with declip or declick and multi-click. So here's an instance where I can show you that. So Command 2 is declick.
Probably did.
It got it attenuated, but it didn't completely remove it. So you can see here, there's a click and more click, and then a breath. So yes, I could change the values and everything within each module, but it's still not going to get rid of any of these completely. Now, if this was recorded at 48 kilohertz and 24-bit, more than likely it would remove everything just fine. It's just the reason being is in the digital realm, everything's ones and zeros. It's all information. If you don't have enough data information there for the task to be handled, resolution essentially is the way you can look at it. Your plugins won't be able to do as well of a job. It's just like watching something to 480i versus 1080 or 4K or 8K. Kind of same thing dealing with audio.
Probably.
But
Probably.
now again, that attenuated, not completely gone, but it's low enough where I don't feel that's a problem anymore.
Probably dipped and probably I was nicked by that spear. Probably here. Probably
A few other things going on here though.
Probably Probably
I don't like that breath a lot, but I'm not too worried about that right now.
Probably dipped in some kind of dipped in some kind of poison, and now I'm imagining. I'm imagining.
So D-click did not work there, so I'll try mouth D-click.
I'm imagining.
Still not working very well for me. Going to copy and paste, Command C, Command V. Yeah, I used to be full-time music, doesn't pay enough, so I had to leave that scene. I've been dialogue editing now for 11 years.
I'm imagining. I'm imagining. I'm imagining.
And everybody's process is always a little different.
I'm imagining.
Oh, whoops.
I'm imagining. I'm imagining. I'm imagining. I'm imagining.
Yeah, I live in Minnesota. I went to the Institute of Production and Recording, if at all you've heard of that. Started out there in the audio engineering degree. Worked with quite a few bands at that time, but as I was working with bands, became more and more apparent that a lot of bands didn't want to pay. So, and when I got them to pay, it's like $100, and I was to work on like a full album. That didn't fly. So, coming fresh out of college, bills hit you like a ton of rocks. It's never fun.
I'm imagining. Imagining you. Imagining you. You.
Area selection. I don't know if there's a shortcut for it, but that's what this is right here. There's two different play buttons. So I'll just show you.
Here. Probably dipped in some kind of poison.
That's playing the timeline, and then the next one's area selection.
Here.
So to show you better.
Probably dipped in some kind of. Probably dipped in some kind of poison. And some kind of poison. Dipped in some kind of.
That's what the difference is. There is not a shortcut. Let's see. Yeah, there's nothing for that. There's no shortcut for that. Just looking.
Probably dipped in some kind of.
Probably they should create one. Be nice. Help me a ton. Because I use that feature a lot, going back and forth. In fact, usually I just click this right away when I'm inside of one of my audio files and do this.
Probably dipped in some kind of poison, and now I'm imagining you. I was nicked by that spear. I was nicked by that spear. Probably dipped in some kind of poison, and now I'm imagining you. I was nicked by that spear. Probably dipped in some kind of poison, and
That's very... So this is deplosive, so command 5 did nothing though. So command 6 is the next best thing.
poison. Some kind of poison, and now I'm imagining you.
Get rid of that plosive with attenuate. Then I need to, and saw your message here, just give me one sec. Process that real quick. Yeah, looks like there's no shortcut. There would be an indication in the menu for the area selection. Yeah, I agree with you. Yes, I wish there is one. I want to have it certified Pro Tools operator user or something like that. So I have all the Pro Tools shortcuts ingrained in my head, and then here and there I learned the shortcuts to Isotope and its standalone just to make the job faster. But there's I only typically use copy, paste, cut. So command C, command X, command V. Command 2 is declick, command 5 is deplosive, command 6 is spectral repair attenuate. And then command option shift 3 is learn function for ambience match, and command option 2 is to render that selection.
I was nicked by that spear. Probably dipped in some kind of poison, and now I'm imagining you.
Don't like what's going on here.
Spear. Probably dipped. I was nicked by that spear. I was nicked by that spear. Probably.
It's not bad. Gotta correct some more of this tone. And that is true. Yes, you can create your own shortcuts in the system preferences. That is true. And you can also use macros in order to create various processing tasks and shortcuts. But I'm also lazy, so.
I was nicked by that spear. I was nicked by that. I was nicked by that. I was nicked by that spear.
Okay.
Spear. 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 Probably. Spear. Probably. Spear. Probably dipped in. Spear. Probably dipped in some kind of poison, and now.
And so I'm using attenuate now to just tackle what D-reverb didn't get. I don't want to over-process with D-reverb. You just go very lightly. I hate D-reverb plugins, just all of them in general, outside of Isotope. And they all damage the audio if you use too much of it. So I don't like any of them. But doing this process makes you have a little more control and make it a little lighter.
Kind of poison, and now I'm imagining you. you. Dipped in some kind of poison, and now I'm imagining you. I was nicked by that spear. Probably dipped in some kind of poison, and now I'm probably dipped in some kind of poison, and now some kind of poison, and now I'm imagining you.
All right, and that's good. So this is where it was.
I was nicked by that spear. Probably dipped in some kind of poison, and now I'm imagining you.
This is where we're at.
I was nicked by that spear. Probably dipped in some kind of poison, and now I'm imagining you.
It's a bit of a noise here.
Probably dipped.
There we go. It's quite a bit better. Send that back out, render it, and good to go.
I was nicked by that spear.
Oatly eyes the wound on his shoulder.
I was nicked by that spear. Probably dipped in some kind of poison, and now I'm imagining you.
I suppose the gods are make-believe as well, no?
See, the female voice actress is, her dialogue is very reverberant and sounds like it's in an apartment. So, got to really correct that and make it better.
I suppose the gods are make-believe as well, no?
She also has some mouth clicks. First one being always at the start for her.
I suppose
That didn't work. See if mouth declick works.
I suppose
That didn't work either. There we go.
I suppose the gods are I suppose the gods are suppose the gods are make-believe as well, no? The gods are make-believe as well. Gods are make-believe as well. Gods are make-believe as believe as well. Believe as well, no. Well, no. Well, no. Well, no. Well, no. I suppose the gods are make-believe. I suppose the gods are make-believe as well, no.
Cool. That's a lot better. Just had to declick that real quick. And then use dialogue D reverb.
I suppose the gods are make-believe as well, no.
This one's a little better than previous ones, so this was actually kind of easy to clean her up. But
I suppose the gods are. I suppose the gods. The gods. The gods. I suppose the gods are make. Gods are make. Gods are make. Gods are make believe. Gods are make believe as well, no. I suppose the gods are make. I suppose the gods are make believe as well, no.
there you go. Sounds quite a bit better.
I suppose the gods are make believe as well, no.
That's where it was.
I suppose the gods are make-believe as well, no?
That's where we're at.
Imagining you.
I suppose the gods are make-believe as well, no?
I would never doubt the existence of the gods. I just don't believe in talking wolves.
Right before Oatley's eyes, the wolf.
I would never doubt. I would.
Command C, Command V.
I would. I would never. I would never doubt the exist. I would never. I would never doubt. I would never doubt the. I would never doubt the existence of. Never doubt the exist. The exist. The existence. The existence of. Existence of the god. Of the god. Of the gods. Of the gods. Gods.
Attack. Next time I hit the shortcut key for the magic wand tool.
Gods. 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 I just don't believe gods.
Here's some more of that throaty sound that this guy has.
I just don't. I just. I just don't believe. I just don't believe in. I just don't believe in talk. I just don't believe in. I just don't believe in talking wolves. Talking wolves. Talking wolves. Talking wolf. Talking wolf.
Now here's the part where artifacts started getting introduced here because of the track being at 44.1. So here's a good example of those artifacts happening when trying to make a larger selection like I just did.
Talking wolf.
See if we can do that again.
Talking wolf. Talking wolf. Talking wolf.
It kind of processes weird. He's very throaty again here, so there's kind of a few things going on. So he has various mouth clicks going on here, and then very throaty tone.
Talking. 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 Talking wolf. Talking wolf. Talking wolf. Talking. Talking wolf. Talking wolf. Talking wolf.
There you go.
Talking wolves. Talking wolves. Talking. Talking wolves.
There we go. Got it.
Talking wolves. Talking wolves. Talking wolf. Talking.
There's not much I can do about how throaty that is. Maybe I can get it.
talking wolf, talking wolf, talking wolves, talking wolf, 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 talking talking wolf, talking wolf, talking wolf, talking talking wolf, talking wolf, talking wolf, talking wolf, talking wolf, talking wolf, talking wolves, talking wolves, talking wolves, talking wolf, talking talking wolf, talking 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 wolf, talking wolf,
So by chopping that much out, I got rid of the K.
talking wolf, talking wolves, talking wolves, talking wolves,
So I can't actually do that. And yes, Miller, you can get in touch. That's totally fine. Thanks for letting me know about the audio, Miller. That is something I gotta figure out. Let's see here. Only on one channel, huh? That'll be another night. It's too much of a thought process for me to figure out what the hell's going on there. Miller, you can find me on Facebook. It's Andrew Macht, M-A-C-H-T here. In fact, I'll just give me one sec here. I'll send you a link through the chat here. Same goes for anyone watching the stream. You can grab me that way. Let's see. Actually, I don't even think I know how to share Facebook URLs. There you go. But yeah, feel free to friend me and message me. It's totally fine. If you got questions while you're working on any project, feel free to reach out. I mean, I'm no one special by any means. I don't work for any major Hollywood studio or anything like that. I just been working with dialogue and audio just for a while now. That's all.
I just don't believe in
for my kind of work history, I kind of handle a lot of independent features within Minnesota and commercial work. And that's the brunt of my work.
Gods. I just don't believe in talk. Gods. I just don't believe in. I just don't believe in talk. Believe in. I just don't believe in. I just don't believe in. Believe in. Believe in talking. Believe in talk. Believe in talking. Believe in talking wolves. Talking wolves.
Oh, wonderful. Kind of saw that from the waveform, but another problem with the edit, it's just another bad edit right there. They're all over the place in this.
I would never doubt the existence of the god. I would never doubt the existence of the gods. I just don't believe in talking wolves.
All right, dialogue D, reverb this.
I would never doubt the existence of the gods. I just don't believe in talking wolves.
Let's see.
I would never doubt the existence of. I would never doubt the.
Didn't hear that before.
I would never. Never doubt the. Never doubt. I would never doubt. I would never doubt. I would never doubt. I would never. I would never doubt the. I would never doubt. Would never. Never. Would never doubt. Would never doubt. I would never doubt the. I would never doubt the exist.
Yeah.
I would never doubt the. I would never. I would never. I would never. 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 Would never doubt. Would never. Would never. Would never doubt. Would never. Would never. Would never. Would never doubt.
That noise is really bothering me.
I would never doubt. I would never doubt. Would never doubt. Would never doubt. Would never doubt. Would never. Would never doubt. Would never. Would never doubt. Would never doubt the. Would never doubt.
I'm gonna ignore that. I'm spending too much time trying to focus on trying to clean that up. It sounds. Not sure what that one is. I think. What I think it is they accidentally bumped the mic. And the shock mount's rattling is what I think that sound is. Which is irritating for me to get rid of. Doesn't help that I'm kind of exhausted at this point.
Never doubt the existence of the gods.
Have a good one, Miller. Okay.
I would never doubt. I would never doubt. 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 Would never.
That is our spot right there. I just can't get rid of that. It's
I would never doubt the.
taking away too much from the audio there. Just gotta live with it. Cover it up with some sort of sound.
I would never doubt the existence of the gods. I just don't believe in talking wolves.
Yeah, two spots that I just really don't like this region. All right.
I would never doubt the existence of the gods. I would never doubt. I would never. I would never doubt the existence of the. Doubt the. Doubt the existence of the gods. Existence of the gods. I just don't believe in talk. I just don't believe in. I just don't believe in. I just don't believe in talk. Even talking wolves. Even talking wolves. Talking wolves. Talking wolves. Talking wolves. Talking wolves. Talking wolves.
Yeah.
Talking wolves.
I just need to move on and ignore that. It's taking me way too much time trying to throw down and trying to correct that section.
Even talking wolves. Even talk. I would never doubt the existence. I would never doubt the existence of the gods. I would never doubt the existence of the gods.
Yeah, I'm done. Moving on.
Suppose the gods are make-believe as well, no?
I would never doubt the existence of the gods. I just don't believe in talking wolves.
Yeah. Probably going to be my least favorite clip of the entire audiobook. By the way, this is 58 minutes long. I am at 25 minutes.
Wolves.
Right before Oatley's eyes, the wolf begins to grow huge brown feathered wings. Oatley feels hot air on his face as it flies off the ground. He squints as the dust stings his eyes. The winged wolf then shrieks and completes a transformation into a mighty eagle.
So in this one, very basic, got lots of mouth clicks and just clicks and yep, bad edit again. The bad edit one's here at the beginning, one's right here, and one's at the very end.
Right.
Maybe it's not a bad edit.
Right.
Huh. The only way you get something like that is if you tried processing these tracks yourself, essentially doing too much. So in this case, that's exactly what it looks like happened here. Again, the director for the series ended up telling me that they did no sort of editing on their end besides arranging all the audio tracks to where they wanted them in their timeline. But from what I'm seeing is a bunch of like issues.
Right.
And then, so here's where they did a crossfade. In fact, it looks like they did 2 crossfades. So we got 1, 2, 3 different tracks just sitting right here. So crossfade was right here. Here's a click. Looks like they added looks like a word. Maybe a breath there. And then this is a bad crossfade, and you can see the click. Get rid of that. So for this spot in particular, we're going to ignore that, and we're going to trim all that when we get back into Pro Tools after we're done doing our corrections in the standalone. So we're not even going to worry about that.
Right.
But as you can see here, there's a lot of low-end content. Bring up the EQ. Oops, had a selection. Select all. Process the entire clip.
Right before Oatley.
There's this.
Right before Oatley's eye. Right before Oatley.
Plosive. Command 5 did not do anything, so use Command 6.
Right before Oatley's eyes. Right before Oatley's eyes. Oatley's eye.
Command 2.
Oatley's eyes. Oatley's eyes. Or Oatley's eyes. The wolf. Eyes. The wolf. His eyes. The wolf begins to grow. The wolf begins to grow. Wolf begins to grow. Wolf begins to grow. Begins to grow huge brown. grow huge brown feather brown
That's very annoying. That noise. Oh, the joys of this. So for this audiobook, I have 2 months to get the entire edit completed.
brown
And that's including dialogue edit, Foley, sound design, composition, and mix. 2 months to get all that completed. That is kind of a short and quick turnaround. But I got a team of people that I work with who help me relieve some of these duties.
brown feathered wings Oatly 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 feels hot air Oatly feels hot air Oatly feels hot Oatly feels Oatly feels hot air on feels hot air feels hot air on his face as it flies off the ground. Flies off the ground. Off the ground.
Command 2.
Off the ground. 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 The ground. The ground. He squints as the he squints. He squints.
Command
He
5.
squints. He squints.
Deplosive. That's what I did down there.
He squints as the dust. Squints as the dust. He squints as the squints as the dust stings his eye. The dust stings his eyes. The dust stings his eyes. Dust stings. Sting. Sting. Stings his eye. Stings his eyes. The winged wolf.
Oh, this is a good time to explain the ambience match shortcut key and how I use ambience match.
The wing.
So I can find. Oh, man. All right. I'm going to have to get creative here. Grab all that, all that. can get away with, I think. All right, Command Shift 3 is the shortcut key to learn your selection for ambulance match. Then hopefully I got something. Command Option 2.
Eyes. The winged wolf. Eyes.
And
Eyes. The winged wolf then shrieks and complete eyes.
it's not looking good.
Right before Oatley's eyes, the wolf begins to grow huge brown feathered wings.
Gonna try that again. But increase the value.
Eyes. The winged eyes.
And it's not.
Eyes. The winged wolf eyes.
Let's try that.
Eyes.
Now let's reduce it.
Eyes. The winged eyes. The winged wolf eyes. The winged wolf then shrieks. Eyes.
I mean, it works, kind of. I can't say it does work. It's kind of telling myself that so I don't have to freak out and figure out something else. But I can make do with it.
The winged wolf then shrieks and completes a transformation into a The winged wolf then The winged wolf then Winged wolf The winged wolf then shrieks and then shrieks and then shrieks then shrieks and then shrieks and completes then shrieks and complete and complete and complete complete and complete and completes a transformation into transform
And what I got going on is Command 2.
Formation into a mic.
And sorry for anyone that is watching. I was trying to get a little more quiet just because I'm more tired and concentrated.
Formation into a mighty eagle. Formation into a mighty eagle. Into a mighty formation into a mighty to a mighty into 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 a mighty eagle. 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 Shrieks and completes a transformation. Shrieks and completes a shrieks and completes a transform. Shrieks and complete. Shrieks and completes a transformation into a mighty eagle. Right before Oatly's eyes, the wolf begins to grow huge brown feathered wings. Oatly feels hot air on his face as it flies off the ground. He squints as the dust stings his eyes. The winged wolf then shrieks and completes a transformation into a mighty eagle.
All right, I think that's good. Send back to Pro Tools. Using dialogue isolate.
Right before Oatly's eyes, the wolf begins to grow.
So let's get this a little more corrected here.
Right before Oatly's eyes, the wolf begins to grow huge brown feathered wings. Oatly feels hot air on his face as it flies off the ground. He squints as the dust stings his eyes. The winged wolf then shrieks and completes a transformation into a mighty eagle. Into a mighty eagle. The eagle flies above Oatly's.
All right. Let's see what time am I at? 3:53 a.m. I'm gonna have to call it quits for the night. I'm actually fairly exhausted and starting to lose quite a bit of focus to the point where I'm kind of losing concentration at this moment. Anyone watching still, feel free to reach out. Leave comments, whatever you need. If you've got questions, feel free to drop them. I'll get to them eventually. Anyways, everyone who is watching, have a good evening or night, and have a good one.